Alright. I think it's time to get started. Welcome to the junkyard. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome to the junkyard. It's real good to be back, y'all. I've been missing y'all. I've been missing the junkyard, okay? I really have. Welcome to the junkyard. I'm a junkie addicted to combos. You already know it's me, Combo Junkie. Yes, I'm back and I'm here with something different. Today we're not doing video games. You see it on the screen. We are going to do some productive stuff today, okay? We're gonna do some web development. This is actually gonna be the first of a few videos. I'm gonna do a series of these where I'm not trying to teach necessarily. If it turns into that, that's what's up. But really what I'm trying to do is learn myself, right? So what I want to do is I want to give myself a project in an effort to learn these new technologies that are blazing through the scenes right now. For those of you who don't know, I'm a professional web developer. I've been a developer for about 20 years now. All these new technologies had me thinking, like, I want to learn these things. What's a fun way to learn them? And what better way to learn them than to learn them while creating content, right? So if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, yes, I am Combo Junkie. I'm addicted to doing the most juiciest, most damaging combos on all your favorite fighting games. But today, we're going to do some combos on some of these web technologies. All right, so if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hope you're here to have a good time. If you are, let me know by spamming the chat with some of them heart emojis. I love it. Let's get into it. So what are we going to be doing in this series, right? What are we going to be doing? So a couple of new technologies that have recently hit the scene are Sanity.io, Vercel, NextJS, and React.js, right? These are very modern, very cool frameworks, very cool tools that are basically community built. A lot of them are built by the community, or a lot of them leverage the community built tool set, like the tools that already exist. So what I want to do is I want to build my own website powered by this Sanity content management system, powered by these Next.js React based components, and host it through the Vercel DevOps platform, right? So hopefully that makes sense. So I think I want to go into a little bit of explanation just so when this is long form content, when this is VOD content, it kind of makes sense structurally, right? So in order to kind of explain what I'm going to be doing with Sanity.io, I first have to explain what a CMS is. So for those of you who don't know, CMS stands for Content Management System. It's a piece of software that people can use to simplify managing the digital content on a website. So an example being, imagine you go to a news website, right? So let's go over here actually. Let's take a real example. Let's go to USA Today, right? So if we go to USA Today, this website, this entire website is powered by a content management system. Okay, the content that we see on this website is powered by a content management system. So the digital content that they're referring to are things like, for example, this right here, this Donald Trump item, this is an article or a story, right? So in the content management system, they're able to use a standard form editing experience to enter a title, right? And then they enter a subtitle, right? Then they enter some body copy and they add a video, etc. All of that's managed in the content management system like Sanity.io. And what that allows you to do is enter the story data, and boom, you have a URL that can be accessed that looks beautiful like this, and it'll be completely dynamic. So this is the story template, right? So here's one story, but if we go over to another story, you'll notice that it uses that exact same template, right? Title, some kind of media, some text blocks, some more injected elements, right? We go to this other story, same thing, right? Title, media, injected elements, more text blocks, some social elements. So, and that's what the power of a CMS is. You can have a bunch of different content types like story. Another content type can be person, right? So each of these stories, the attribution for all of these are the bylines, right? These by John Fritz or by David Jackson. Each of these are people in the content CMS, in a CMS, right? The content management system. So there's a person content type, and that person is connected to stories, right? Another really common concept in any content management system is the idea of tagging, right? Or taxonomy, as some other systems call it. The ability to say that this Donald Trump story belongs in a certain section of my site. So in this case, it's politics, right? So if we go over to US, it's probably going to be in this US section as well. But if we go in this US section, we can see that there are very specific stories here, right? If we go over to sports, however, those same stories don't appear because these are only going to be the stories that were tagged with the sports taxonomy. So now we have, hundreds and hundreds of story content pieces, but we can actually direct them to certain spots on the site using the power of the CMS. So I think that's a really fascinating thing, and that kind of brings me to what I really want to do today. So I want to use these tools, and I want to create us a website. Okay, I want to create some kind of content website. And my heart is going towards like a video game website. Now, this is strictly for my professional profile and my own like understanding. So I'll probably be using a lot of dummy content on this. I'll just put a disclaimer on everything saying that this is not my content, etc. This is literally just a website for example purposes. It won't be monetized, and I may even link back to the source. I don't know. If I do push this live, I may do something different with the template, or I may just offer the template for you guys to tinker around with. But I think for us to start, we should go find us a nice, let's go IGN. Let's go find a nice video game based website that we can steal from, right? And when I say steal, I mean like, we're not going to create content ourselves tonight. We're not going to be sitting there writing articles, story articles. So we're probably just going to use some stuff that we find on the web. So let's look at their story template. Oh, this is pretty robust, right? They have the tags here. So this is the tags. This is the Super Mario section. So this is going to be everything Super Mario related. And then they have their title. They have a subtitle. They have their byline, which is Taylor Lyles. I'm guessing they have a person content type. Yep, these are all of Taylor's content articles or stories. They have 2 instances of date because you never know. A change may need to be made to the content, so you'll have an updated date and a posted date. They have what I like to call Lego blocks, but really they are more like elements of a story. So what I mean by Lego blocks or elements of a story is when you think of a story, right, it's like a bunch of text stacked on top of one another. But that's like the old way to write a story on the web, right? In Web 2.0, or Web 1.0 rather, a blog post or a forum post was like all text. And if there was imagery, it wasn't really capable of doing much, right? In today's world, though, these Lego blocks are way more advanced. So for example, you can imagine this is a rich text block, right? So I can have as many of these as I want, but the interesting thing that websites do today is they let you interject more advanced elements in between those blocks, right? So you can imagine this is your first text block, like a rich text block. And then underneath that, there's this concept of a photo gallery, it looks like an inline photo gallery. Oh, that's beautiful. They did a really good job with this photo gallery. Look at that. Then they have the image metadata over to the right. They have a nice caption here. They have the image title here, and then the beautiful image here. So that's the goal, right? I want to build a gaming website. I want to use Sanity.io to power the content management system itself. I want to use NextJS, which is built on top of React and TypeScript. I want to use NextJS to power the front end, so the visual part of it. And I want to use Vercel to host all of that information. All right? So that's what we're going to be doing.